always hear the line, sports and politics shouldn't mix, but can they ever really be separate? You might be thinking, okay, but isn't this just like the India-Pakistan situation? Well, not exactly. The India-Pakistan rivalry, that's like a long-term managed separation. Tournaments planned for it years in advance with neutral venues. But this Indo-Bangla crisis, this was a sudden, explosive collapse of what was, until very recently, a pretty strong relationship. It created a last-minute emergency that nobody had a playbook for. And all of this leads us to the biggest question of all, right? We always hear the line, sports and politics shouldn't mix, but can they ever really be separate? Let's look at the immediate mess this created and the deeper issues that are still at play.
So the immediate aftermath was just pure chaos, a total standoff. You had the ICC, cricket's main governing body, staying completely silent, totally caught between its most powerful member, India, and setting a really dangerous precedent. Then you had the BCCI saying, no way, moving matches now is a logistical nightmare, which left Bangladesh facing the very real threat of having to forfeit all their games. I mean, they'd be out of the World Cup before a single ball was even bowled.
And a lot of people started raising concerns, including some prominent voices in India, like parliamentarian Shashi Tharoor. His point was simple but crucial. Targeting a player for their nationality, for political stuff they have absolutely nothing to do with, sets a really, really dangerous precedent for the future of all international sports. And the saddest part of all this might be what it's done to the rivalry itself. It used to be called the Padma Ganga Derby, named after the two great rivers in each country, a really poetic name. But now, that name has been totally transformed. It's no longer just about cricket. It's become a symbol of nationalism and a broken political relationship.
Which leaves us with this final, kind of unsettling thought. We all love to believe that sport is the one thing that can bridge divides and bring people together. But when the politics get this toxic, has this once celebrated rivalry turned into something else, something darker? A mirror that just shows us divisions that are too deep for any game to heal? That's the question that's hanging over this tournament, and maybe the future of the sport itself.